Alright, it's been a while since I've picked a lock on video, and that's been because it's taken me a while to get this one open. It is a Lockwood Twin. It's purple belt, though don't let that deceive you, because I think part of my problem why it took me so long to get this is because everyone's like, oh yeah, Lockwood Twin's so easy. It's like, you know, some people have even said the only reason it's purple is because it's a blue belt with a sidebar, but tell you what, it's not the easiest purple I've ever picked, that's for sure. And I think that mindset of this is going to be easy led to me getting pretty frustrated when it wasn't. This one has 3 spools and 3 tapers in alternating positions, which I believe is standard pinning. And then it's got the 3 side pins as well. And took a fair bit of progressive pinning to actually get the hang of those side pins. Everyone's like, oh yeah, they're so easy, false gates don't even do anything. But it did take me a bit to figure out exactly how much tension I needed to be able to pick them without oversetting them. Because I sort of just put pressure on them until they ended up in a gate, and I was like, yep, that'll do. And turns out, pretty sure I was giving it too much tension because of those tapered pins in the top. I was used to tensioning pretty hard for them, and then it meant that whenever I put pressure on the side pins, they just shot straight to the top and skipped over the true gate. So I actually had to back off tension to get the side pins. Tapers are also pretty annoying. You know, if this was a Lockwood 334 with side pins, I reckon it would be much easier. The other thing people say is like, oh, the side pin, having a sidebar is great because it means you don't fall all the way into the deep spools. Well, that's true. That's only useful if you can set the spools to their true height before you pick the sidebar, and it's kind of tricky to know that in advance. Like, unless you know exactly how high you have to set them, it's like that one there. I know that one has to go high, even though it didn't really feel like it at this stage of the picking, which to me is incredibly unsatisfying. Like, pretty much every lock I've ever picked has been figure out which pin is binding and pick it until it moves and repeat that process. But having the sidebar means you do that and then you go, well, nothing's binding, so I'll pick the side pins. And then you do that. And then all of a sudden you drop into the spool and it's like, oh, okay, guess I have to pick that spool. Counter rotate, drop all the side pins. Hope you didn't drop any top pins. It just really frustrated me. I didn't enjoy picking it, which meant I didn't really try very hard to get this picked. So I will be very happy once this is out of my naughty bucket and I can move on to something else. Come on. It's Just checking if the side pins are binding, and they're not, so something up top is still not set properly. I can tell when it is set properly because it's quite a satisfying false set. There goes ka-chunk. We're not there yet. Oh, okay, that's promising. Okay, well, I got a little bit of movement from all the side pins, but we're not open. So that suggests there, yeah, okay. Didn't quite get pin 1, which is a stratospheric high lift. Okay, so we would have dropped all the side pins to set that. Let's hope everything up the top is still where I put it. We're not back in that false set, so I think maybe one of the tapers needs attention. It felt good. Okay, let's... No, still something up top. Ooh, okay, maybe there's just stuck on the lip of that spool in pin 1. So now let's see if we go to open when we pick the side pins. No. Is this going to be it? Hey, there we go. All right. So the spools in pins 1 and 5 are the annoying ones for me. There's also one in 3, but that barely needs any lifting. Well, it does need some lifting, but not that much. So normally it's not actually that much of a problem. There is one fairly low lift taper that is pretty annoying. It's kind of hard to get behind it if you're not careful. Oh, come on. Okay. Let's get this open. Oh, I'm not looking forward to this. So the drill protection ball bearing is already out. At one point while I was progressive pinning this, managed to launch a sidebar spring. So I'm going to try very hard not to do that again. Oh, I don't want to move the key. Get out. Okay. So sidebar. Oh, there is that bad boy. Okay, let's get these side pins out. Oh, you can see the springs in there. Okay, nothing exciting in there. If this had milling, it'd be even more of a pain. Right, up top, let's go. The sad thing is, this was one of the locks I was like most excited to get. I was like, oh. Find that later. I was like, yeah, Lockwood Twin, so cool. Gonna get one of them. It's gonna be great. And it's been such a pain that, yeah. All right, see sidebar groove in there, and there's a close-up of the pins. Lockwood Twin